were ahead of me. Is it before me? Before I went to school, I guess. I think I came to read this book. I don't know whether it was Okonkwo or I don't know. Things fall apart. But I remember reading this quote that it's better we waited. There's somebody who those who went to school during that time. I don't know what it was. Was it Chimachebe or for those who went to school? So Kenyans, I think that's why I read it somewhere. And actually, the book was here in the library in the United States. And it quoted one of the guys who said it's better that we waited. So Kenyans are being told now, to be very cynical, it's better we waited. We didn't want this revolution. I wish we didn't even go to this route. You know, that's the mindset. That's why you see today, the only few governors you see from NASA coalition who are standing against this issue. You have seen Anok standing against it. You have seen Joe standing on this. They are the only people. You call them remaining standing or standing remaining. So, which is which? These are the only people now who are remaining who can even defend evolution at the moment. You know what? This message, as we said, is a back of minds, and it has won so many Kenyans. You know what is going to happen, and what is happening today? We, as Kenyans, have now started to believe or to forget the scandals of Eurobond, NYS, and the scandals at the health department, where billions are being stolen at the central government. Now we are believing that our enemies are the MCAs and the governors. Believe me, NASA, Minnesota Coalition Charter does not condone corruption, even at the county level. It doesn't mean that we are not going to talk about corruption at the county level. However, we must let you know we believe in revolution, and that it must make its baby steps to realize its full potential. Kuangama na kunyenyekea state house begging for development is not what you guys you want us to go back to. We don't want to be going back to state house. We would rather develop the devil we have and get rid of corruption at the devolution level than going begging in state house and the central government. So far, then what have we done when we started the NASA coalition? As I recap to this meeting, I informed in our forum, in the WhatsApp forum, we established an ODM called NASA WhatsApp forum with over 100 members. At the moment, and still waiting to admit more of your friends with your help. We have moved this coalition from a garage meeting to one with full functional secretariat, interim executive, and we are hoping to hold elections for all the executive officials. We have informed the secretariat of NASA ODM called back home, including Raila has been briefed in Washington, that he has been briefed of our operations. We have established a website, and Bwana should need a clap for that. That is fully functional, and we intend to have live coverage from the ground as we approach the elections. And maybe Bwana Kebatu will be given a chance, he will talk about it, because he has been enlisted by the Citizen TV. He will be traveling to Kenya, whereby he will be going and interviewing and bringing all this information. He will talk about it. Maybe when he's given time, we'll talk about that. What are our challenges? For our challenges, number one, is for you to believe in this movement, so that you can bring, that is really our biggest challenge, for you to believe in this movement and bring your friends along. For you to knock doors of your parents, sisters, relatives, and friends on behalf of NASA coalition back home. Simply say, let us put a Wambo in State House. Our appeal. In the end, brothers and sisters, I must tell you, as Professor Mumba said, the diaspora, as the diaspora, we are suffering from schizophrenia. We have lost our own pride, and we don't know ourselves and how to engage with our mother. Why do I say this? We expected that we will be a vibrant movement by now. When we engage with our governors, when we engage with our political leaders back home, we knew that at one given time we will have our seat at the table back home. Today, we look so disorganized. Today, we go individualistic. Today, if we had a collective bargaining power today, I'm telling you, everybody would have listened to us. But we lost a long time. But we are not late. We can recover this. That's why we said as NASA. When I was coming in, somebody said, our issue is not going to end with the NASA coalition and the election in August. This is something we are moving on beyond. Somebody told me, and I think it was Henry, you told me, you see our NRA, you know, most of you know NRA in Kenya. You see our NRA is so powerful that even people who want to run for election, they have to run to them first. They have to talk to them first. Had we had a force like that, our voice would be on the table right now. But we don't have it. As I conclude my speech, some people have said, let us not be engaging these politicians back home. But others have also said, you know, as much as we don't want to engage them, these are the same people we have to really talk to them. We have to come and they listen to us and listen to our voices. Before we came to this meeting, we had sent our appeals to the various politicians. And before we started this meeting, actually, when Raila was
that you're inclined to agree, because in NASA coalition, we believe in democracy. What we're gonna share is a platform where we're gonna be equals. So whatever you feel, please, let's share. And if there is a friend from Jubilee, you are welcome. We're always open, and as we discuss and dialogue, there might be something here that you might have not known before. Now that you know it, you'll be welcome to join us in this movement. So, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free. We will give a few slots to our politicians to talk to us and share their view, and then we will open the forum for everybody, so that, you know, as we interact, we will know more. So, MC, Secretary General, I think I'm gonna retire. And if you need me along the way, I'll be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, my co-MC, Dr. Chris Omare. My names are Henry Mamanyi. Now that we are live, we want to be, you know, known who's speaking to the people back home. Yeah. Code. ODM. NASA. NASA. Yeah, asante sana. Before I continue, this is a political evening here. I want to echo what the chairman said, but before I go there, I want you to give our chairman a round of, you know, yeah. You know why? You know why? Is why we are here. This man is a very strong guy. He's been calling us, he's been trying to, you know, to reach us, and then, you know what? We can make it. Because, as he said, 8 months ago when we started, we didn't have, you know, that vision that, oh, are we gonna make it? But he said, you know what? We're gonna make it. See? We have made it. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you so much, and I keep doing that. Now, mine, I want to be very brief, because today we want to engage you, the community, our people who are seated here. As we said, or as the chairman said, we don't have the answers. As we decided to bring a platform where we can engage one another on ideas, other than the other way of, you know, doing the social networking, you know, Facebook, WhatsApp. Today we wanted even your people, your parents, to see you, to hear you, that you are affected when you speak. So, as we are seated, I want you to know that all of you, you have an opportunity to talk about your feeling, to talk about how can we improve the NASA Coalition Minnesota chapter. And before I continue, I want to recognize the chairman of Mwanyagetinge, Bwana Chui Geoffrey Kijana. Mr. Kijana, are you in? Yeah. The president is here. Maybe, I think his time will come. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, we are in his word. He is our president, you know. We have to recognize him, and, you know, without him, we cannot be here. We don't have our races, you know, without him. So, Mr. Chairman, we can welcome you, and feel free. Your time will come. I also want to recognize our friends, our chairman of the community, master of ceremonies of most of the events, Bwana Ileli, is my nephew, and is the son of my mother, Beatrice, here. Mr. Ireli, can you, thank you so much. He's a good guy. He's a community man. He's a good guy. That's why we can't, do without, recognizing him. We have various community leaders here. We have various readers here. I want to make sure that, we start with the readers, and then we open the forum to the rest of the community members. I can see the former Vice Chairman of Mwanyagetinge, Bwana Sam Ogoro, is in the midst. Sam, can you say, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We can see one of our own from North Dakota, Mr. James Kinara. Also, he was one of the officials of Mwanyagetinge. Mr. James, can you wave the people? Thank you so much. We have our Mse Tirimba here. If you can wave the hand. Thank you so much. Yeah. We have one of our politicians in the midst. These people like this one are the ones we want to hear from them. We want to engage them. Let's hear from them. Mr. Mheshimiwa Nyavuto Wangera from PAS Majoge. Welcome. Thank you.
Chairman and your secretariat, Wananasa, amchambo. Amchambo tena. Banaponia kuna njia. So we have started something that some of us have been longing for too long. All that we've been saying, we just sit there, do nothing, watch stuff happening home, only to be talking amongst ourselves here. I had an opportunity to go and do my campaigns. That was 2013. It did not start from here. I started while I was in Kenya, and most of you didn't know that. Go to the ground and see what a common mwananchi goes through. Then you will understand. Nilisunguka constituency nzima, Bobasi as big as it is. I saw people walking naked at this era and time. Hakuna mashamba. Unaweza ambia mtu, unaweza lima na ujikimu kimaisha. Kids are not going to school and nobody cares. The other day, a member of parliament was here. And us, from the constituency that I come from, who've been in the government, Ford people, ilikuwa na uhuru all these years. Where Manoti is, what difference do we make? He came here, he was lying to us. And some of us were crapping, The money that they are given as CDF, nobody knows where it goes. Lillian, you were here, you pinned him down. He said nothing. Those are the questions, those are the issues that we need to raise. So some of us, when we go there, we want to serve because we've seen there is a problem somewhere. We are here, we are comfortable, yes. But we did not bring our relatives here. They are all back home. And they affect us directly. What explanation can you give when doctors go on strike 3 months? Which country have you ever had? Where? And people are busy looking for votes. And those are the same people we want to vote in. What can we do ourselves? How can we help to bring this change? Those are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. Someone pointed here, like we need to make calls. Do we make calls? There are people that I'm supporting back home. Do I tell them what to do? We don't. How can we change? How many people passed on as a result of the doctors' strike? Wengine wakauza masamba yao to help, their people. So, we need to think. And here is a man, Amoro Odinga. Today we are talking here, even back in Kenya, there is that freedom of speech. It didn't come just in a silver plate. There are people who worked for it. And this is the man who has sacrificed a lot. And yet, into now we did not vote for him nga kiende onyoranga when chikura chiwena takoba 100% Uhuru onyorire some votes in Kisii mpaka wabunge. What are we saying? What are we saying? Let us start ourselves. Me, I'm of the opinion, we start from where we come from. Make sure, like, we are coded. Those people are saying, wow, they are in other, wako in other parties. We vote them out because of that change that we want to bring. Yeah? And then, now demand and tell them, this is what we want us. This is what we want you to do for us. If we don't, Ruto will be there 2022. Because that's the game plan. And they wanasema was, sisi tumejipanga mpaka wakati huo. Think of what will happen if that happens. NYS ndio hiyo. I've just, yes, ninamaliza. Nimeangalia gazeti ya Kenya. Muhoro amesema there is nothing wrong with Waiguru. So, what are we talking about? Wakati Raila alisema, walisema kichwa yake si mzuri. And then later on, Ruto ndio huyo anasema that you can't cut work here wakati pesa ya umma imeibwa. Is the same guy alisema huyu ni mfanyikazi mzuri, ukitaka sio yeye kuja kwetu. They have pocketed that money when our people are suffering. And that is the taxpayers' money. Please, can we put our heads together and agree as what we can do to help our people? Because as we are here, nobody has asked, where are you coming from? We are all one. And we are here for a reason. If anything, can that reason bring us together so that we can make a change in our motherland? Thank you so much.
Makofi kwa mheshimiwa wa Nyabuto. Makofi. Asante sana mheshimiwa wa Nyabuto. Do we want to vote the questions right now? Do we want? Right now?
It's a good question that I'm asking Mheshimiwa.
Hold on a minute. Okay.
He's running on a NASA ticket.
Okay.
He has told us that he has seen all this thing going on in Kenya. But he has not given us his agenda, his solutions, of what he's going to do when he get elected as an MP back in Kenya. What? No, listen for a minute. You guys did not stand up, that's the question. I'm asking a question. You said you saw people walking naked in Kenya. You said you saw whatever. What are you really, when we elect you, if you're, are you running or not? What are you gonna change?
Okay, he's gonna answer your question.
Are you done with your question?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are here as NASA.
God? Yeah. Face the camera.
We are here as NASA. And what we are looking at is how to put one of NASA's leaders into State House. That is our main agenda at the moment. So if you want to know what I stand for, I have my manifesto, which I will give you, read it, or I will refer you, you read it, and then any question you might have, then you can ask me later. But for now, the agenda we have is for NASA.
Asante sana mheshimiwa. Asante sana. Elk, I think he has answered you. Thank you. I just wanted to make a clarification. For now, let us have speeches, and then we will respond. Okay? Thank you. Before I call Mwalimu John to speak, I wanted Lillian to come up and bring some warmth in the house, because you look so lukewarm. Mheshimiwa Lillian Mogendi, women rep, our women rep. Karibu sana.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Wananasa, good evening. In fact, we want to introduce Kisi as the national language by singing a victory song for NASA in a chikura tuairire. Inga chikura chaito NASA tokoa. Ero manyara NASA jairire 2020. Ero manyara nya. Chikura chaito. Ero manyara 2020 raira tokoa. Ero manyara. Are you singing nice, you guys? You have to prepare how we are going to sing after the votes have been counted. I want to take this chance to thank my brothers who came up with the idea of forming this group. It is not easy to do such a thing. And you remember in this community, we've had different people do it before, but I just thank you for the courage you took to take over the mantle from them, because they are sleeping right now. They are sleeping, waiting for Raila to call them and tell them to start the group. So I thank you for what you did, the initiative, and we need to clap for them. My name is Lilian Mogendi. I'm an ODM member by registration and by commitment. Among the members whose names were taken to IBC, if you go check, mine is there, because I paid my 20,000 to become a member. So when you see me stand here, I stand with all the authority because I am an ODM member in the coalition. Number two, thank you. Number two, I want to say that in today's meeting, we want to do sensitization. We want to brainstorm so that we can really realize the problems that our country is going through, and after that, come up with the solutions. So we don't want to carpet anybody here. We are here as brothers and sisters trying to share what our experiences are as far as our country is concerned. I want to see people have an outrage, because if we look at the economy of Kenya, Kisii receives much of remittances from abroad through the money we send to our people back home. We don't send that much money there because we are building houses or something. It's because we are buying people food, because food is very expensive. We are taking people to school, because the crops that we grow in Kisii are rated at a lower price compared to other crops, to crops in other sections, like tea. The tea from Kiambu earns 3 times more than the tea from Kisii, because the one from Kisii is not fertile like the one from Kiambu. Tell me about it. I want to see the outrage. When we do not have coffee in Kisii, you remember we had a lot of coffee when we were growing up. We don't have any, because our coffee was not fetching income. But go to Kiambu, what do you see there? Plantations. I want to see the outrage, because that is why we are sending money back home, not because we are doing any development, because we are feeding people. There is this issue where we were promised as diaspora that this year we were going to vote. Things have been turned around. Now we are not voting. I want us to revenge as the diaspora by putting our voice where we were going to vote. You know, they did it technically because they knew many of the diaspora people, like in America, were going to vote for NASA. Now we can revenge. We are not voting literally, but we tell our people, more especially from Kisii, to vote at least 90% NASA. Revenge. Revenge. God has given you the power of influence through what you are doing back home. So we can revenge and close that they don't get 25% from Gusii. Let them not get it. Let's shout and scream. Also what we have said, what the people have said, the secretariat about manning stations. I'm standing here as a person who has been a presiding officer twice in Kenya. I know votes are stolen at the polling stations. And now it's even worse. Reason being, you've seen IBC has changed the name. They call the votes that are counted at the polling stations and announced at the constituency level, they call them provisional. That now, when they go to Bomas, they can now make them official by changing the figures. Those votes at the polling stations are the valid, they should be final. So you should shout, and educate our people. There is nothing like provisional. Why? They have been counted. They have been signed. So they are official. There is nothing like provisional. That's why they are putting the manual back up. They go there now. They say these were provisional, but after we looked at them and we looked at this, these are the figures. You remember a constituency called Tiati? Remember the lady official who was announcing in 2013? Those of you who didn't sleep and were watching, I watched it. She stood up and said the registered voters were 17,000. Then Uhuru gets 54,000 out of 17. Now it and then when I saw Orengo jump up in Bomas, they were like, oh no, they were shouting. Then that is when this man who was caught up by a kitchen thing, Oswago moved close and she repeated the figure again. The wrong figure. Imagine getting 54 out of 17. Then after that, ODM were pushed out. There was blackout. The following day, we saw them being sworn in. You remember, that's why they are putting that manual thing and they're calling the votes provisional. So we should do civic education. Tell our people to be vigilant at the polling stations so that if the manual thing comes up, they know what's going on. Lastly, I want to say that as Kisses, we have to be focused. Lazima na sisi tujipange. How long before we become presidents and vice presidents? But we are not going to be. Reason being, if we do not liars with the Luo Nyanza, there is no Kisi. Take it from me. There is no Kisi who will be made a running mate, a presidential running mate, or who will run as a president and win. Because if you are going to be made a running mate, you must have a connection with the Luo Nyanza side so that whoever is putting you a running mate thinks of you going to influence the Luo side to bring a full basket. But if you are just coming with the Kisi vote, nobody. Stop it, we will be president, I don't know when. We will not be until we become friends with the Luo Nyanza side so that at least, like Timothy Bosire, he can be a running mate or somebody because they know he will talk to the Luos and they can vote with us. So we have to think. When we say we are Bantus and we are going to be friends elsewhere and leave our neighbors, we are lying to ourselves politically. Regardless of what it is, we need to be friends, political friends, with the Luos. And as I stand here, I want to say, this might be my last political session. I'm with you, because next week I'm traveling to Kenya. Nobody's clapping, because I'm going. Some time back, I told you that if your dream does not scare you, then it's not a dream. Some people have been telling me, Lillian, have you had a dream or you have been having nightmares? I say, no, it's a dream, it's not a nightmare. So now I'm going. Wherever I go, whatever I'll do, when you see me do it, support me. Because you know, whatever I will get, it's a get for Minnesota. And you have been saying you want to bring people here, they hear how we are doing, they go to talk about us. We can talk about ourselves by supporting one of our own. Nyangenya is on the ground. We support Nyangenya. If he goes to parliament, he can talk about us. We are not going to tell members of parliament from South Mugirango who don't know us in Minnesota to speak for us. They will be talking about their people. So we need to support each other. Gongera is here. Give Gongera support. We have MCS who have gone to run. Give them support. So when I go there, whatever I'll do, please support it. Please support it. And I want us to nurture, you guys nurture women. Nurture women politicians. It's not a must that it has to be a man. Like now, I've been seeing my people saying, "Oh, leave a man to go for governor." It's not about men going for governor. In parliament, in the Senate, you don't go to fight physically so that you are told, "Oh, you won't be able to box the."
Thank you very much, my brother, Mr. Kebwato. I thank you, and I greet all our brothers and sisters from Kisii and from Kenya in general, who are in Minnesota, especially in the city of Minneapolis. I thank you sincerely, and I have fond memories for you. When I was there last time, you treated me very well. I am informed that you are launching the NASA Minnesota chapter. The only thing I can do is salute you and give you my congratulations, because that's a first for us, especially from the diaspora. Here in Kenya, NASA is a party to beat, and with your support from the diaspora, there is nothing that we cannot be able to achieve. As a governor, as a NASA governor, we are in the opposition, but I can assure you, tell our brothers and sisters there, whether they are Kisii or not, that we are doing well and we are trying our best to develop our regions. And because of that, if you allow me, Mr. Kebwato, I'll talk a little bit, because most of the people there probably might be Kisii and our brothers and sisters, whoever is there. But let me tell you about devolution and about Kisii County. When I came in as a governor in Kisii County, and the devolution system I'm talking about can be replicated in any other county in Kenya. When I came in as a governor, there was nothing here in Kisii in terms of even the institutional framework, in terms of even the infrastructure for devolution. But as you know, we have been there for only 4 years now, because our term is going to be 4.5 years by the time we reach August. So we've been there for about 4 years. And we spent the earlier part of our term in institutionalizing devolution. But in Kisii County, in a number of areas, like if I started with education, which is not devolved, the only areas of education that we are handling relate to early childhood development and the village polytechnic area. We have been able in early childhood development to at least ensure that we now have teachers who are employed by the county. Formerly, they were paid by our parents. We have employed over 1,000 teachers. We have also putting in place physical infrastructure, a number of units of ECD. We have probably put over close to 300 or 400 units since we started. Some are in progress. But the most important area that we have done in education is the whole area of bursary. This year alone, Kisii County gave 240 million shillings as bursary to our brothers and sisters across the county in order to improve educational development and also to improve the transition rates in education, also to ensure that the Kisiis are where we belong, where we ideally should be, and that most of them can work anywhere. They can work in the US, they can work in the UK, they can work anywhere. In the areas of health, when we came in, health services, like in Kisii County, we had only about 16 doctors. I have now employed about 170 doctors in our health institutions. We found, like for instance, Kisii Hospital was an hospital that did not have any diagnostic equipment that you can talk about. No CT scan, no dialysis machine, no mammography machine, no MRI machine. All those diagnostic machines that you can talk about, none was existing, but we now have all those machines. We have dialysis machines, about 12 of them. We even have the MRI, the magnetic imaging resonance machine that checks your blood real time. We have all the machines that you can talk about in the hospital. And we found a mortuary which was only 20 bodies, but we have now put up a mortuary for 100 bodies with proper cooling facilities that will also be used for as part of the teaching and the referral hospital, which I'm going to tell you later on. We found the bed capacity was only 450. Now we're finishing a building where it's going to be almost close to 800. And you talk about an hospital that was built in 1917. We have been independent for 54 years.
All lives should be considered equal. Now, when Jubilee came into power, they had promises that they made. The first one, 10,000 kilometers of roads to be made. Where are those roads? Those are lies. Those things are not there. Jubilee is now so desperate that even if you invite them to come and open your toilet in your home, they will come. Because they have no projects. They do not have those projects anywhere. They promised that they will lower the living costs. When they took power, flour was 80 shillings. It's now 140 shillings. People cannot afford. People cannot afford to live. They are talking about free primary education. But where are the taxes? Where are the taxes? They are taking you from your left and giving you through the right. Those are lies. But the most important thing is, I know our politics is played along tribal lines. As someone will say, we need to think about this. We need to educate our people. I call my brothers in my place every time, and I remind them this. Because where I come from, we border the Luos. I remind my people that these people, when they came to power, these are the things they promised, but these are the things they have not done, and this is what they have done that they didn't promise. You know, when you look at what is happening in the country right now, the living cost is so high. People are really suffering. People are really suffering. Not because that we don't have the money. You saw the other day, the government lost $2 billion here in New York because they were opening offices to buy what? To buy houses. Whose houses were those? Whose names were those going to be? Were those government? Does the government go to work? Does the government go to work? Does the government, that is not what it is. These are a few Kikuyus and the Kalenjins who are getting our money and putting this in their pockets. Please, when you call back home, remind our people that we need to take our country back. We need to vote in people who can help us. Because this issue of running around lying to us, now they're not talking about the promise that they made. They talked about 5 stadiums. Where are those stadiums? We don't see them. So, for George, I heard what you said. That was very beautiful. But when you go back home, we need to educate our people. Our people talk from the mouth, but what is inside them is not really. It's not worth it. So we need to separate between someone who can say the truth and someone who, even if I know, I'm one person, even if I know the truth will hurt you, I will not fail to tell you. I can tell you that. Even if I know this, what I will tell you is the truth, but I know it will hurt you, I'll still tell you. So tell me the truth, even if you know it will hurt me. Because it's not everything that you hear that is good. Right now, we need to talk to our people. Please call and talk to our people. Let them vote. And let them turn out. Thank you.
Makofi kwa Mwalimu John Osomo. Thank you, Mr. John Osomo, for that wonderful speech. Mr. Kebwato, if you are ready now, we can have the Kisii County Governor stream live.
Yes. We've been around for only 4 years and we've been able to change it. The other thing that we've done is we've developed a memorandum of understanding with Kisii University to turn it into a teaching and a referral facility. And we have also finished building a pathology lab for them, which they will use for their pathology purposes, which was a prerequisite for it being registered as a teaching, for them to be given a medical school in Kisii University. So in the whole area of health services, if you go to the outlying units, in about 4 sub-counties, we have now put theaters which were not there since independence. We have also employed additional nurses, and for the first time, Kisii as medical specialists, we have about 7 of them in various areas, orthopedics and all these other areas, ENT and all of them. And we are improving services. We recently, in collaboration with the national government, we developed a concept paper which was accepted by the Bank for International Development, and also by the Saudi government, and they are giving us 2 billion shillings to put up a cancer center in Kisii. It will be the 3rd cancer center in Kenya, after the one at Kenyatta and Eldoret, and we are hoping that this facility starts soon. So broadly speaking, in the whole area of health services, we've gone extremely far. In the area of agriculture, we have done quite a number of things. We, for instance, artificial insemination services, where the animal seed was being sold for the private level for about 3,500, 4,000. We now sell it at 500 shillings so that we can be able to improve our animal herd. We have also, like in areas like Kitutu Church North and Kitutu Church South, which didn't have a tea factory, we have helped by pumping in resources for the tea factory to start. They have now actually advertised the tea factory is going to start soon. The county government put in about 30 million shillings. We also brought in an investment conference, which I'm sure you watched because it was on air and you were able to watch it, whichever part of the world that you are in. As part of that investment conference, we were able to get an investor from India, the Kanoria Group, who are putting up a sugar factory in South Mogrango. And this was our initiative that we got. They are spending about 10 billion shillings to put up a sugar factory. In other areas of roads, we have done quite a lot. We have opened up more than 1,000 kilometers of road. What in Kisii they call Amakori are now actually roads which are motorable and you can pass. We have maramed quite a number, others are being maramed. But the most essential part of it was to ensure that we open up these roads. And we are continuing because we are using our own equipment. We bought our own equipment. In the area of urban development, the geophysical mapping of Kisii town and its environs has been finalized. So if you want to check your plot real time and you're in Kisii, you can actually do that. But much more importantly, in the area of urban is the whole area of street lighting. We were probably among the first counties to ensure that we have a 24-hour economy in Kisii County. Those brothers or sisters of mine from Kisii who have come here, you can attest to that. That Kisii is vibrant. It's 24 hours. The town is moving every day from 6 to 6. We have also put lights in 60 other markets across the county to ensure that people are able to work up to fairly late. In the areas of water, we are looking at water reticulation and also water points, or what we call in Kisii Evitacho. All those are being done as we move forward. And many other areas that I probably don't want to bore you with. But the most important thing that I want Kebwato to come out and our brothers and sisters in the diaspora to understand is that devolution has done a lot for us, and that apart from a number of hiccups here and there, like resourcing, which is intermittent sometimes from national government, devolution is helping improve lives at the local level. Coming to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, we thank you very much for the support that you have given us, the investments that we are doing, whether even if they are not in Kisii, some of them may be in Nairobi. But for me as the governor of Kisii County, I've continuously requested that we have these investments in Kisii. We urge that you do so. Kisii has changed. You can get your return on investment very, very easily. And we want you to support us moving forward. We also sincerely thank you for the political support that you are giving us, especially the launch that you are undertaking, because NASA is a movement of the moment. The parties in NASA are the ones that are going to form the next government, and they stand for the reality of the situation. They stand for togetherness. They stand for transparency and accountability, and they stand to ensure that the issue of tribalism is actually removed from this country. It is NASA that can be able to ensure that. Myself, as a governor, I would want to leave a legacy where all the Kisiis are together. We have many small subunits here. I would want to see them together. I would want to see them working together. I would want to live a county that is stable, where people are living together in harmony. And so, my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, I leave you with this: that as you launch NASA, please support us back here. talk to your relatives back here, advise them not to make the wrong choices, and tell them that NASA is the party of the moment, is the movement of the moment, and the movement of the future, and it is the one that should form the next government with your support. And we urge that you support us. We actually urge that you do probably what they did in Ghana. As you are out there, from wherever you are coming from, adopt a number of polling stations and say each polling station, I'm giving it $100. You adopt 5 of them, you give them $500. That money will be used during the polling day to guard the vote and also pay those young men and women who are in there, who are looking at how people are voting, so that they can buy soda, they can have some bread, and they can also, therefore, not be in a position where they're being given money by the Jubilee coalition. That will really help us. It will help NASA, because one of the biggest problems that NASA is going to have is if they do not guard the vote, then somebody else will actually end up by stealing that vote. And so, Kebwato, I would want to thank you for today, and urge that you tell my brothers and sisters there that Governor Ongwae supports you people in the diaspora. I love coming there. I love the respect. I love the support that you give us back here. And so please talk to your brothers and sisters to support the NASA movement. Thank you very much and be blessed.
We appreciate your time, Governor Ongwae. Members,
yes.
Yeah, members will definitely have a few questions for you. But the most important question right now is how to galvanize the NASA vote. And members are a little bit worried about the preparation. We don't really know how good you are prepared, especially at the ground. Right now, there's a question from a member, a NASA member. I don't want to quote his name, but he basically saying that some of your competitor, and mainly the Jubilee competitor, are basically doing their campaigns at night. And you are pretty sitting busy. I mean, happy that you know that ODM is, Kisi is an ODM son, so you are not doing anything. So what are you reacting towards that?
I'm not sure whether it's advised me to do my campaigns at night, because I don't want to do that. I've been, if you are watching my wall and many other areas, you will see like the whole of the day before yesterday, I was out there talking to a number of people in South Mogrango. Yesterday I was in Bomachoge talking to a number of people. Today I was in a number of churches. Tomorrow I'm going to a number of other churches. I am talking to our people, our brothers and sisters, but not at night. The second thing is that I could be sitting pretty, but I'm not. And those are the same thoughts that people had about Nyacheki, and they thought that we were sitting pretty, we were not doing anything, but we were doing quite a lot. And but that story came to pass. So just tell my brother or sister who asked that question that let him support us moving forward. I am not sitting pretty. I am aware of what Jubilee are doing, the campaigns they are doing, and I'm probably also doing my thing, but I could be doing different style, not the style that they have of night meetings. Night meetings are for night runners.
Thank you very much, Governor. Do you have any other closing shot? The NASA fraternity is not from the Kisi community. There are so many people out here who are not Kisi. Yes, so do you have any closing shot?
Yes, it is not. Yes, I would want to tell them to support their brothers and sisters back home. Like the idea I told you of adopting a polling station or many polling stations, you can adopt 10, and that means you give out about $1,000. That will help guard the vote. I would also want to urge that our brothers and sisters who are in the U.S. and other diaspora areas, that let's not be pessimistic. Let's have confidence that NASA is going to. It's because it is through confidence that you can get where you want. And so I wish them well and tell them that if it wasn't for the fact that the elections are around the corner, I would have come back there to greet them again.
Thank you very much, Governor Ongwae. Still, we've had so many rumors that you're coming around, and now you are saying you're not coming. We don't really know what's happening. You coming after the nomination? We've been waiting even from yesterday, from Monday. We've been waiting to get a word from.
Kebwato, that's the problem with the cases here. Those rumors, they are all over. But I will let you know. In the event that I come, I will let you people know, and I'll give you advance notice.
Thank you very much, Governor Ngwai, for your time. To the NASA community, this is Governor Ngwai, who has been giving us very good information about how NASA is constituted, what he has actually done in Kisii as a governor, and we applaud him. We appreciate his love for the Kisii people. Until next time, we are closing down the conference. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much, Governor Ngwai. Kwaheri.
Asante sana, thank you. Thank you very much, my brother, Mr. Kegwato. I thank you, and I greet all our brothers and sisters from Kisii and from Kenya in general, who are in Minnesota, especially in the city of Minneapolis. I thank you sincerely, and I have fond memories for you. When I was there last time, you treated me very well. I am informed that you are launching the NASA Minnesota chapter. The only thing I can do is salute you and give you my congratulations, because that's a first for us, especially from the diaspora. Here in Kenya, NASA is a party to beat, and with your support from the diaspora, there is nothing that we cannot be able to achieve. As a governor, as a NASA governor, we are in the opposition, but I can assure you, tell our brothers and sisters there, whether they are Kisis or not, that we are doing well and we are trying our best to develop our regions. And because of that, if you allow me, Mr. Kebuato, I'll talk a little bit, because most of the people there probably might be Kisis and our brothers and sisters, whoever is there. But let me tell you about devolution and about Kisii County. When I came in as a governor in Kisii County, and the devolution system I'm talking about can be replicated in any other county in Kenya. When I came in as a governor, there was nothing here in Kisii in terms of even the institutional framework, in terms of even the infrastructure for devolution. But as you know, we have been there for only 4 years now, because our term is going to be 4.5 years by the time we reach August. So we've been there for about 4 years. And we spent the earlier part of our term in institutionalizing devolution. But in Kisii County, in a number of areas, like if I started with education, which is not devolved, the only areas of education that we are handling relate to early childhood development and the village polytechnic area. We have been able in early childhood development to at least ensure that we now have teachers who are employed by the county. Formerly, they were paid by our parents. We have employed over 1,000 teachers. We have also putting in place physical infrastructure, a number of units of ECD. We have probably put close to 300 or 400 units since we started. Some are in progress. But the most important area that we have done in education is the whole area of bursary. This year alone, Kisii County gave 240 million shillings as bursary to our brothers and sisters across the county in order to improve educational development and also to improve the transition rates in education, also to ensure that the Kisis are where we belong, where we ideally should be, and that most of them can work anywhere. They can work in the US, they can work in the UK, they can work anywhere. In the areas of health, when we came in, health services, like in Kisii County, we had only about 16 doctors. I have now employed about 170 doctors in our health institutions. We found, like for instance, Kisii Hospital was an hospital that did not have any diagnostic equipment that you can talk about. No CT scan, no dialysis machine, no mammography machine, no MRI machine. All those diagnostic machines that you can talk about, none was existing, but we now have all those machines. We have dialysis machines, about 12 of them. We even have the MRI, the magnetic imaging resonance machine that checks your blood real time. We have all the machines that you can talk about in the hospital. And we found a mortuary which was only 20 bodies, but we have now put up a mortuary for 100 bodies with proper cooling facilities that will also be used for as part of the teaching and the referral hospital, which I'm going to tell you later on. We found the bed capacity was only 450. Now we're finishing a building where it's going to be almost close to 800. And you talk about an hospital that was built in 1917. We have been independent for 54 years. We've been around for only 4 years, and we've been able to change it. The other thing that we've done
and actually I learned a lot from that. The second time, my other experience is this one. I was one of the electoral officers in Nairobi Westlands, and I was counting the votes. And then after a while, there was also a blackout, and people were told to move back. And then Fred Gumo was declared the winner. So what is NASA doing to make sure that if you have the numbers, the votes have been counted, and you are the winners, of course, but you are not declared the winner? Are we having anything in place to make sure that we protect our votes? That's a very simple question. This time around, it looks like that we have the spirit. We're doing the best we can. But once more, you have to make sure that we have the people, very smart people, who will recount the votes and who will protect the votes so that the NASA leader will be declared the president of Kenya. That's the only way that you're going to change the country. Another point that I want to make across is this. We hear from the United States, with the Kisses and other people who come from different communities, we're doing so much in Kenya. We are paying school fees to our brothers and sisters. We are paying school fees to our cousins, people from the neighborhood, people from our communities. We're paying, hospital bills to our people. We're paying health care. In other words, we're building roads. In the village where I come from, people go out there and try to make sure that they have, try to widen the roads so that people can pass. We're using the money to do all that. If we're doing all that from here, that means that we're putting money directly into the development of our country. The brothers and sisters that we are supporting back home, school fees is about 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000. But the same brothers that we are helping from here, when the time comes, politicians are going around, they're campaigning, it only takes about 1,000 shillings. And then they change their mind and they put their vote in Jubilee or somewhere else. They forget that you have not spent closer to 100,000, 200,000 to pay school fees, to pay for healthcare, to make roads their home, but somebody comes with 1,000 shillings and then they change their mind and they vote Jubilee. So I'm requesting you this evening that do your part, call your brothers and sisters, tell them that if we have been able to build our country by paying school fees for our brothers and sisters, then they should make sure that they put their vote where it counts. And that will be the court correction. That's the only way we can do that. If we don't do that, this time around again, we will lose it and it will be us to blame. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Makofi kwa Evans. Makofi. Now, while my cousin is coming, it's called Ireri. He's my cousin, actually. So, I only want Mr. Goro to be ready. Then after that, we will see what will follow. But we are here. Everybody will speak. Everybody's going to speak. Please. Yeah. Thank you. Welcome, my cousin.
All right. Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? First and foremost, let me thank the organizing committee, especially the chairman. He's been bugging me for a long time. As many of you know, my name is Samuel Ireri. I'm a Jubilee member, so I'll admit that. But this forum is really exciting because for NASA to call a Jubilee person to come and listen and we all dialogue together, I will say kudos to you guys. Seriously, I never expected that. It's a big thing to see. We're all Kenyans. I remember 2007, after the elections, I was for, Kibaki Tena era, Minnesota chapter. I was chairing that. We had ODM going back and forth, but one thing we agreed upon is we were not gonna ever have another bloodshed in Kenya. Whether you support Uhuru, whether you support Raila, At the end of the day, we are all Kenyans, and we agreed on that part. One thing I want to urge everybody, and I think this is the best forum that I've ever been, is we agree on one thing. We agree on civil education to our people. And civil education to our people means that we have to listen to all sides, right? We have to listen to what NASA has to offer. We have to listen to what Jubilee has done. What is it promising to do? We have to question the government. We have to put them in check. But we also have to let the people know the truth, and the people decide and see exactly what are we going to do. Do I admit as a Kenyan that politics back home is bad? It's a dirty game? Yes, it is. I always say where I come from, and I give these examples wherever I go. I say when we get to voter buying, Kisses don't know how to steal votes. Let me say that. Where I come from, you think Kissy knows about clanism. Where I come from, we are two major clans. And our one clan, the major clan, has 26 sub-clans. The other one has 18. And you can always guess which clan always rules, because majority, we call it the tyranny of numbers. But if I know that you're from a different clan and you're not going to vote for me, do you know what I do? I come house to house. I know you have 5 kids who can vote and your wife, so you're 7 in a family. I will pay you to give me your voter's card, and I destroy that card so that you cannot vote. And I know my clan is going to vote. So Kisses, you don't know how to rig votes, even if you have clans. So, but what I'm going to say is this. I'm going to say let's continue with these forums. I know there's so many other forums. For example, Jubilee. We have our launch on the 15th of April. We'll be having the president, the vice president, majority leader answer questions live. I ask all NASA people, come and ask the president, come put them on check. Ask them the questions that, what have they done? Let them explain, and you see, is it a satisfactory answer? Let's have that dialogue. The same way that we'll continue to have the dialogue of NASA, because I also have some questions for Raila, but I was expecting him to be here, but we will ask those questions so that our people get educated and we make great choices. Otherwise, thank you very much, people. We are all one Kenya, and let's continue being together. Thank you.
Thank you, my cousin. Makofi kwa cousin yangu. Yeah. Now, while Mr. Ogoro is coming, I would like to inform you that our women rep, Ridian Mogendi, next week, Saturday. Simama, mheshimiwa simama. Yeah. She's going to have a... Makofi. Yeah, she's going to have an evening here, a function, a farewell. So please, you are invited. Yeah. Let us send our own home. You see, we are used to, congregating here when those guys come from home. Why can't we come in numbers and send our home? All right? Yeah. Mheshimiwa Ogoro. Okay. Sasa. Ngoja. Sasa, while we are waiting for Mr. Ogoro, I think it's not the lady. I can call. Are you ready? Okay.
Kwanza kwa nyebele sana.
Yeah.
Hello. Wananaza. Mbambo na tu akarenge. Kebuka tokenda uwana. Osina bae kolimi. Again, look, it's too bright for me. Anyway, abana inji, wana NASA, wana kodi, asemokorwa, as long as you're the Jubilee. Bwaidile! Amujambo! Ule ndugu yangu, we mzee. Jubilee ameenda? We usienda Jubilee urudi hapa usikie ile maneno tutasema. yangu itakuwa machache leo. First and foremost, Secretariat, asante sana. Initially when you started, muliniita, but I gave my apologies that what I'm doing right now, singepata nafasi kuwa na nyinyi, but not being in the Secretariat does not mean that I'm not in that program. I'm in that program sana. Hiyo ndani mulisema nilishindwa naye because the man who brought ile ndani saa hii hayuko. Kwa hivyo msijiweke ile ndani. Because the guy who really told us vile ndani inaonekana until we lost him, akakuja kuonekana akasema hapana, mama aliongea na mzee, sijui nini iliendelea, I'm the Secretary General, siko ndani, tena niko hapa nje. Kwa hivyo msitumie ile, because me I don't use it. Ile ndani mwenye alituambia hako ndani, yani mpaka Bomas of Kenya went into full blast. The man is not in there. Sasa na sisi tunamfuata ndani. Sasa mimi sijamfuata, mimi siko ile ndani yake, mimi niko ndani ever since. Anyway, tonight we are here simply for one purpose: to change governance back home. We don't have any other agenda hapa kusema niliona wakitembea bila nguo all that we know, because we are in the media, we are everywhere, we know that. The purpose of coming here tonight is how do we change that nakedness? How do we change all this? Because the stories we know. When these guys came to the office, they came with mega projects. Railway, Swinini, and all those. And then they have used these mega projects to get loans. And those loans have not gone to the projects. That is why we have very few, like we have only one Joe who tells them, come here, President, stand up. Tell us what you have done. Sio kwamba, no, this money came from World Bank, this project. So, hiyo munasema, where is it? So, the way we are here tonight, we know a lot. All the media and everything, we know what's going on there. Our purpose here is to come and change governance back home. Today, I was expecting to get a mammoth crowd at Nazarene, but they are not here. Chairman, among us, the things you gave us, uliuliza, you tell us what you expect from us. One of the things we expect from you guys is mobilization of the community. We know there is bad governance back home. Everybody outside here knows. And then we have said, let us come here, sit and see how we can change. They are not here. Why aren't they here? Sabato imeisha. So that is one of the challenges. I would want to know, or to jiulize, kwa nini hao watu, why aren't they here? Sometimes they talk about leadership. You can call us. You have not been there to call us. They have said it's interim. We change. So our purpose here is to change governance here. One speaker, Naja, I think it was in a woman rep, because abande baja grebinto kuruha biakwa. Ebinde go jaga jura ora gambera mokao o manyago jaga gendo kia community. A lot of things. These men have stood that storm. Ba toy kidiarero. My challenge to you, how do we mobilize the community to synthesize? Because but the ones that are here, they know they don't need to be sensitized that you called home. All those ones that are here know what to do. They are the ones who don't know, but they understand what it is. This is not Ogoro's thing. This is not Makori's thing. Anyway, let us synthesize that community. It is Garia. You understand what it is. How do we bring them on board? Otherwise, in all those stories we know what Ongwa has done. We know what they have done, what they have not done. What the revolution has done, we cannot change devolution, corruption, and all that unless we change from the top. Change from the top. Some people don't even understand where politics started. They don't know who brought Municipality to Kenya. They don't know who scrapped Section 2A. So if we can support a man of purpose to support Papa, even just for 5 years, I got a change, at the transition. Yani atoko kuga puna bono go resiste koritaya ndiga bana mane ka ba waka na jiro ni jere ruke tentari ko understand. I will when I can. When you go to Ethiopia, they are doing the same railway thing they were doing. Kenya, they said they are that railway you got the billions. Why? So we understand the problems we have back home. I don't want to talk about them. The problem we have locally here is to bring the people and these few members you are telling, call. These ones they call. The larger community that is outside are the ones we are supposed to bring on board. So a challenge that you guys have is that community mobilization. Otherwise, you have no any other job. What a polling station and all that. Ogoro can even take care because I'm a NASA and on the done in that didn't and then you show your war. I'm in done. I can even take care of 10 polling stations. So, men, women, hear that call. Kwenye every wedding yalenga. No mwana umujui, uyo kijana umujui, watasumbuana after 1 month, but you come here. The committee said 200 per member. They will give, they will be full, no space to sit. And you don't know them, you don't even know the life they are going to lead, nothing. But where we are calling for a country where we need our lives, our people, a future, you don't even attend even before we ask you the money. If we call for Romondo Kwete, Ole Maria, Nakajimo few, Tamay, no other second few, the second year you go in the Gua. Era in the Babegete, if I gire, if I go Koraki, Bonam was a Guminagi, no, I know you work at Okwari, Takoroji, Otakabara, my radio. So when we call for a live course like this one, you are not here. How do we get those ones to be on board? Let them watch. Some of them are watching CNN. So please, let us go and tell them. And let us, as a community, let us really kind of, even before such that see how you approach the community. Go korane group nere ese secretary etembe eke community yangire manyete bina ka jobe body ka jobe kurungwina ari go goli mirango atura kurusi otore usaba ntombaje such that people come on board. Ya no ngakara bijama no wakane bijama no yana manya kurwa na kolide. So please ya mugwa card. Yeah, engineer live member ande if you want me to give you my life, but the purpose to aja no go jenjia obogambi bore karia. Mbiyamono sana. Yeah, thank you very much for coming, but next time no taja orio taja motebi aja yobera ali moboli na kimwaga ambale yobna tarengo. Thank you very much.
Makofi kwa Mheshimiwa Goro. Now, thank you. Now, before I call Mr. Tirimba, but I'm not going to call Mr. Tirimba, I think my co-MC is going to take over for now. Also, I want to get some time to get a cup of water. I have not seen some youths participating. You see, you have to raise your hand, and then it's my just to juice, but you are not doing that. What do you want me to do? This is a friendly dialogue. Unless you want to speak, I cannot force you to speak. All right? Am I wrong? Now, my brother, I can see you. My sister from Iowa, I can see Mheshimiwa Mogire, my friend, my namesake. I can see Smoke, Richard Uganda, my brother Sami, one of the members of the secretariat, and many of you whom I may be not able to, Akino Oirigi, my friend, all of you, I can see you. But now, even Elik, the founder in the house, can you wave to the public, Eliko? Yeah, he's a very important man in the community. Morias, thank you. I want to call my friend, Dr. Omare Chris, to take over, and then maybe he will bring Mama Beatrice, Tirimba, our friend from North Carolina, no, North Dakota. Thank you.
Now you're telling me what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think maybe the gentleman behind the mic wants to see the nasa ndani nani wacheze kidogo hapa mbele. Ama namna gani? Mweke joto kidogo. Thank you. Tuko ndani kabisa. Okay. Lazima tuweke joto kidogo kwa nyumba. Nafikiri wanafanya kazi mzuri na waendelee hivyo. Basi. Muendelee hivyo. Nafikiri mnaona vile wanaonekana maridadi. We have the t-shirts by the door. It's just $20. Kwa hivyo, in supporting our cause, please, you can have a t-shirt. Thank you. Thank you. You'll do it better next time. Thank you, thank you. And I think all that we're doing is figuring out how we'll be doing these things as we go. So when you are watching us, please feel free to criticize us and give any input that you feel is necessary for us to go forward. So again, I'm thanking you, those who have come from far and near, because it's a sacrifice. And I think all of us want the best for our country. We remember, I salute Rosemary Odinga. I think she's sick, she's in South Africa, the daughter to Mzee Raila Odinga. We wish a quick recovery. Na Mzee Raila amerudi nyumbani because there were emergencies that he had to go and take care of, because tunataka kila mtu akae ndani kabisa. Hata kama Mzee Trimba alisema ndani, no, sio Mzee Trimba, like Ogoro alisema ndani, hiyo ndani ni jina ya kila mtu anaweza kutumia. Ula alitoka, ametoka, akaenda kabisa, lakini sisi tuliobaki bado tuko ndani kabisa, na tutaendelea kukaa ndani kabisa. Kwa hivyo this time I want to recognize Mzee Trimba among wale wasee ambao wamekuwa kwa siasa miaka mingi, ambao wanajua namna ya kufanya siasa kutoka nje, sio kutoka ndani. Nafikiri Mzee Trimba anajua, na kunapo wasee habaribiki neno. Kwa hivyo Mzee Trimba, tunakupatia dakika 5. Hata hii mic ya uhitaji, nafikiri sauti yako inatosha mzee. Kwa hivyo karibu sana. Unajua kucheza kidogo? Yeah, tuko ndani kabisa.
Bwana Nasa, mjambo. Bwana Nasa, mwote amjambo. Amjambo tena. Tunafuraha sana leo. Kile kitu imetuleta hapa ni kutaka kuangalia wale watu ambao wanaitwa Chuburiti have to go home, waende nyumbani. Nataka nyinyi yote vile mmekuja, tafadhalini nguvu zenu zote zionekane mpaka Kenya nyumbani. Mpaka Kenya zionekane nyumbani. Watu wetu wanatusikiza vile tunaongea saa hii. Kila mmoja hata ura kufika mwambie afike. We want to change the country. We are here to change the country. Tumechoka. Muriona pesa libeba na magunia. Alafu minister alikuwa ya youth anaitwa Igoro. Alafu wanawachwa, wanapeleka wale innocent people in court. Yeye na vichwa ataja iba. Sasa kila watu wanasema aliiba. Bwana vicha analetwa, anaiba. Hata jana walikuwa wanasema asiende kufanya kampeni kwa sababu mambo yake yameonekana. Nisikia mtu mwingine akisema kuna wengine huko kando wanasema hana hatia. Sasa kama shukuru headmaster anasimamia shukuru na imefunjwa, ama mtoto amekufa, si mwalimu atasema headmaster hii mtoto amekufa namna gani? Sasa Igoro alikuwa minister ya youth na yeye anawajwa free. Alafu mnapeleka watu kotini wale innocent people. We are very disappointed. tumekuwa disappointed Kenya nzima. Na hayo yote vile tunaongea leo, Mungu anatusikiza. Mungu anasikia neno yetu tunasema, hao watu waende nyumbani bila hata kusema kitu. Tambi sile wametufanyia kitawaondoa. Sitasema mengi. Mimi nasema jameni, mwambie watu wetu hapa wakuje. Let them come. We pull together. For our people. Tuko wengi. Hivu hore wengi tosea. Call them to come. And let us tutoe kidogo. Mumesikia gavana vile anaongea hapa. We wanted to make care polling station so the security iwe ni sisi tunasimamia. Na tufanye mchukua hatua hiyo roho moja bila mtu kurasimishwa. We don't want to force anyone of you. Jitolee, hiyo ni njia yako unapigania. That's your country you are fighting for. Na kuna mtu mwingine atakupigania is you. Kumeki sure umejipigania nchi yako. Nobody. Mimi nimekuwa kwa hiyo serikali miaka 37. I'll tell you what I saw. I've seen a lot of it. Kijana ngine alikuja akasema hapa, 1988 mataa imesimwa. Mama mtu akatangazwa usindi, nilikuwa huko ndani. I was there. Yo kijana aliongea, I was there that day. Na nilijua ni nani alikuwa anasimiwa mataa. I know. Hiyo vitu tulifanya. Na kama ilifanyika imepita, sasa hiyo haitaonekana na tutaki hiyo onekane tena. Mambo ya kusimwa mataa tutaki isimwe. We don't want to hear anything. We want to clear election. Na tutakwenda mbali. Mimi nawaambia, wacha niwaambie ndugu zangu. Mimi nawaambia hivi. Usifikiri hata nyumba yako utaongoja mtu aje kukuchengea. You have to fight yourself mpaka nyumba yake simame. Nyumba yetu sasa ile tunachenga saa hii ni NASA. Hii NASA ndio nyumba yetu tunachenga tumekijua tumemaliza kwa mwisho. Paka tumemaliza. Without no fear. Bila uoga. Jitolee nyinyi yote kitu nitawaachia nyinyi. Jitolee kila mtu. Hata watoto waje hapa waone wakisikia muziki watacheza watoe shilingi $1 moja. We make it. Sina mingi, nimesema asante sana kwa kunipatia nafasi kwa hii committee. I was there, mbona mnisahau? Ayukumbuka chairman, I was with you the whole night. Kipigana na nyinyi kwa mambo ya mipango. Tuko pamoja na nimeshukuru. Keep it up. Muendelee. Asante sana.
Unajua nimeona mzee ana t-shirt ya NASA na anataka muangalie vile mifuko yenu iko hivi. Tumalize hivi ya bebe t-shirt ya NASA 2 extra large. Huyo ndio NASA number 1 na ana t-shirt. Please, kama uko na $1 hapo is just only $20. Mzee apewe t-shirt saizi. Sasa nataka umejitolea. Sasa lete t-shirt tukuweke kuja hapa mzee. Nataka hiyo t-shirt iletwe hapo patiwe kama tuko hapa. Anaenda kuleta t-shirt. Akileta.
Neema. Bile, as we are waiting for Mzee's t-shirt, I'm gonna call Mama Beatrice. I think she's one of the oldest, if not the oldest here in politics. Tirimba has never ran for a political office, so
ndogo, ni ndogo. Hii ni ndogo. Hii amepewa. Hii ni small size. Patia Tirimba kubwa kama mimi na yeye. We are the biggest people in the community. Yeah, hiyo. Okay. Okay. Okay, vaa mzee. Kuja nikuvalishe bana, tuko rika moja.
Kuja hapa ji. Kuja hapa mama Beatrice ndiye akuwekea hiyo t-shirt. Umekuwa msimamo wa mbele sana kwa NASA miaka nyingi kutoka ODM. Wewe ndio songa hapa karibu kidogo hivi. Songa hapa karibu kidogo. Pigeni makofi, pigeni makofi, pigeni makofi. Tumeshukuru sana. Mzee Tirimba ni shabiki na mtu wa daima wa NASA, amekuwa tangu mambo ya ODM na sasa NASA Coalition. Asante sana. Pigeni makofi kabisa, mmeona. Asante sana, karibuni. Na penduka ndio tuone kweli mambo, kila mtu aone. Na napiga picha pia. Thank you so much. Karibu sana mzee Tirimba. Asante. Watu wanataka kupiga picha kidogo hivi ndio nipate. Tumeshukuru sana kwa kukuona. Alafu ndio napatia mama Safi. Unajua mimi namuita mama Safi, sisemangi mama Biti, zinamuita mama Safi. Kitu kingine nilikuwa nataka kusema, hizo t-shirt vile ziko hapo, kama umesema wewe ni mwananasa hapa na ujanasa moja hivi leo, please, we are pleading with you. Utusaidie. Naona wengine hapa hata wamesema, hata kuongera umesema unaenda kuvaa, sijakuona umevaa hiyo t-shirt. Nitakuona kama umevaa, nitafurahi sana. So nataka leo nione vile utakuwa coded. Usiende nyumbani bila t-shirt. Mtu yote asiende nyumbani ako hapa bila t-shirt. Tumalize hizo t-shirt na mtakuwa mmetusaidia sana. Hiyo ndio inapata, tunalipa hata hiyo hall kufika hapa. Mtusaidie. Wacha mama Beatrice aongee.
Asante sana bwana chairman na kamati yako. Na pia wale nyote mlihudhuria mkutano wa leo ili tupate kuzungumza mambo kuhusu nchi yetu na NASA ambayo sisi tunaitia nguvu. Nilitaka tu kuzungumza, kijana aliyezungumza hapa ni mwanangu wa mwisho. Mimi nimesimama bunge mara 2. Nilipinga baba yake na ningetaka hii musikize. Wakati mme wangu tulikuwa Kenya National Congress, my husband was the only member of parliament. Lakini mimi niliitisha kura kwa watu Chicago nikitembea miguu. Wanawake watu wamesumbuka, nimetembea miguu mpaka wale kina mama wakatupatia kura. Baada ya siku chache, few years, mume wangu akaambiwa kijana kuja hapa tukupatie hela. Kwa sababu ya msimamo wangu nilikataa. Nikaambia mume wangu, my dear husband, I love you so much. Why would you go to KANU and we are in opposition? And because of that, nilitimuliwa mbio, nikawa kwa magazeti, nikawa divorced through the media, nikapigwa, nikafanyiwa zile dhambi zote za ulimwengu mtu anaweza kufanyiwa. Lakini mpaka wa leo sikufa moyo. Mimi ni mtu wa opposition till I die. Kwa sababu bila opposition, mimi nimetoka Machakos. Mpaka wa leo pale nimezaliwa, 71 years I am today. Hakuna barabara. Nikienda Machakos town, I have to walk. Think of me walking kilomita 14, around 20, I walk on foot. Hakuna matatu, hakuna barabara. Tangu baba yangu wazaliwe, kale kabarabara kalikatwa na watu hawa wazungu, ndiko ako kako hapo. Tell me, tumekuwa na wajumbe pale kwetu Kambani, kila mtu ako pale, wako KANU. There is nothing mpaka wa leo. Babangu alikufa 2012 Lilian, nilikwenda nyumbani nililia machozi. Ilinibidi nitoe pesa ndio barabara ikatwe, nikapata tingatinga ndio ikapeleka mwili wa baba wangu, na kulikuwa kunanyesha. Mpaka wa leo hamna barabara. Mimi ninaunga NASA mkono, Wiper, wale wote ambao wako pale. Ndugu zangu, wacha niwape siri moja. Kijana yangu amezungumza hapa, babake alishinda kura. Kwa nini? Wakati Jubilee wanaenda kwa polling station, wana pesa chungu tele, na nyote wale mumecampaign mumejua hiyo. Wanaenda wanachukua hawa vijana, wanawaweka kwa gari, alafu wanawacha panabaki bila mtu. Sisi tumejitolea kutoa hata kama ni $3 tupate kuweka security kila mahali. Lakini pia mkumbuke, nataka kuzungumza na kila mtu, kila kabila. Sisi watu wa NASA, imekwisha hivi. Sisi watu wa NASA, kitu ambacho ndio tupate kushinda, lazima tuwe werevu kama wanakanu, wana Jubilee na waita KANU bado. Wale watu ndio wanatengeneza pesa, msisahau. Wale watu ndio wako na magari. Wale watu ndio wako na askari. You get my point? And they can do anything. Watazima mataa. Nani watu wako pale wakurudisha mataa? Do we have any backup? Wakati ambao tumekwenda pale kwa kura kuhesabiwa, we as NASA, we must have a backup of lights. Wakati ambao inazimwa na sisi tumewasha taa, tuko na watu wetu pale tumeandika. Sasa tunakaa hatuna generator, hatuna chochote, anakuwa declared tukiwa pale. What are we going to do right now? Kwa sababu lazima tushinde. Lakini mechanism ya kushinda, we must have everything ready. Tuwe kama ni generator, tuko na generator zetu. Kama ni pesa, tuna pesa zetu za kupatia vijana. Tutafute nonyaba ndo bali ende bali gusiare ngakimwa arenge ko baruka into ko bairororo. Tisaki kutaja hiyo jina kwa sababu ni nonyebi interview. Kwa hivyo ndio ninasema hivi, hata sisi watu wa NASA, kama tunataka Kisii, tukitaka watu washinde kwa wingi, lazima tuwe tumejitayarisha. Jubilee inatengeneza pesa, ndio inaenda kwa mashini inaleta pesa. We don't have that machine. Kwa hivyo ninamaliza. Mimi nawaunga hawa vijana, mimi niko katika komiti na waunga mkono. Kwa nini leo watu hawakuja? Muone ya kwamba mumeona mapastors wote. Wa Seventh Day, wa Sunday na wale wa Ijumaa. Talk to the pastors, call them. Hawatakuja wengi hapa kwa sababu leo ni siku ya Sabato. Go to their offices. Go to their houses. Tell them, mbona hatujapata watu? Watakwambia leo ni siku ya Sabato. Talk to them. Which day is it good for them to come? Mupange na hawa, tupate watu. Kama watu, kina mama wako wapi? Tuko 3. We are only 3 here. Na hawa wanawake ndio sisi tunasumbuka kabisa, na watoto na ndugu zetu. Where are the women? Lilia naenda nyumbani. Mimi nimezeeka. Tafuta mwanamke ambaye ako hapa azungumze na kina mama. Asanteni sana.
Asante Mama Beatrice. And I think that's some of the good and critical pieces of advice that as young people who are venturing into this field, we need. I believe we were people who have come from out of state. I know the youth are coming. I have one on the way coming, but I'm going to ask one guy from not out of state, literally, but from. So I'm calling upon Kennedy. He's from Rochester. To come and say hi because he's one of my friends. And when he realized that we have this, he's one of our strongest supporters. So we thank you, Mr. Kennedy, for coming, and I hope you represent the people of Rochester well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Asante. Asante sana. Nawashukuru viongozi wale mumeandaa hii siku ya leo, na nyinyi wote wale mmepata nafasi ya kufika hapa. Just a little disappointed that we should have been more here because this is a very important day for us. This is a new beginning of making NASA a reality in the diaspora. And we are not stopping. We are going all the way to State House, as most speakers have said. Mimi kwa majina naitwa Kennedy Omuga Ombaye, na mimi ndio president of Kenyan community in Rochester. We have quite a number of Kenyans out there. We number about 120 in Rochester. So we have more, but the ones that we know, and they elected me last year as the Kenyan community president. So I'm glad to be here to represent our people. And going back, maybe the next meeting, we might also ask, hey, why don't you guys come over, and so we can, make them feel that they are also part of this thing, and they would like to be part of this thing. This morning I called a number of people saying, hey, we are going, we have to be there, we have to represent our community. So I want to thank you so much for those who made time to come. Thank you, the leaders who have made this day possible, and we look forward for more. Like we said, today is just the day for, people wanting to, getting to know each other, and we know big things are coming. For those who are going home now, we are together. We are with you, and this has to happen, and some of us are planning to go after you guys. You go, set the base, start doing, because we know you are going to. We've no doubt. This is, you are the next government, so we know that. And you're the next leaders, and our people from now on, like one speaker said, we want change in that country, and the change is now. So most people say that the problem is for those who are the problem is not for those who are doing wrong things. The problem is for those who do not, for those who know the truth, who know what is supposed to be done, but do nothing. We are the problem, and we know what we are supposed to do, but we don't do anything, and we keep blaming those who are doing the wrong things. So let's say something, let's do something. Let's, hey, let's save our country. Ni wakati wa kuokoa Kenya. Na wakati wa kuokoa Kenya ni sasa. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you have represented our Kenyans there. I didn't know that we had such a large community, or a large number of people in Rochester who are Kenyans. And we also emphasize, I see people are excited. I'm feeling good because I see people are buying t-shirts out there. They're taking pictures. Please, if you have not taken one, it might be too late, Mr. Ongera. So we need you to get one, because leadership is by example. And then I'm putting you on task because we want our leaders to walk the talk. So I know you're going to do it, but not in a bad way, but I think you'll be doing it. There was a lady there, but she must have stepped out. But please remember also, I'm emphasizing about Lillian's case. I mean, she has been one of our very active members in the Kenyan community, let alone the Kisii community. She goes everywhere whenever she can. So, Lillian, we want people to come and support you. We will give word out there. And you know, when we look at you and the way you talk and the way you reason, I think we are comfortable that if we send you from here, you will represent us well. So members, I'm again urging you that next weekend, please mark your calendars so that we can come and support in our cause. So
we have one meeting. Again, the Kiagara Nagaiga is because a announcement the very mediga uno mongnaliri aninko and Kenya. What I'm saying is ebikoro tokonyora Lilian yakobeka. Lilian, when you are going, and if you knew you were going, you didn't leave us with that. So Lilian has been very instrumental in the community. No, you talk about woman rep. There is nothing she's repping here. We call her that because she fits to be a woman rep back home. Woman rep. And let me tell you, anytime Toko Rangario Mongnoyo, no Morangaria committee as about Etanire, Agara Jombe Giarurwe, Mokungo, Overe Arani, or Edire. Irian Yudogambise Kineke, Navao Gambayasan. No Morangariana, Omano Nayago Eresuguru, Igakobe master of ceremony Biasana. Avana Gibako Manaka, Jigo Etana, Ajinto Komanya, Tigatora Preside, Igakobo Muyasana. Kebuato Tonyari, Nagitoko Matebia, Tigara Focus Yevintebio, Kebuato Kokora, Tomanago Guananere. She has played a big role. Again, Tokiagana Safari Condeli. Okokenda Guaya Watangazirwe. Nande on Taketoko Tangasa, Abantaminto, Moja to Magro Guaeli. Lakini hii swali diagrana sabama kondaya. Ekara kogenda. Ebikoro te bikonya begete. This feeling a community ngaito ko bibeka. Ngogo to korere binte bikonya mongno jago to korera. Naro ko imokyo koboko na to bine gosengo lakini igonta que temo kolega. Realize that the shoes she has been wearing, nobody else shall wear them. Ade mweboliga mwanze koligirende ege kogera. Ebibyons bye community. Biye no morangari gana akarwega sinatinde zibya koraki chenji yanga ninjuga iga egerega igago ikabu osud to the situation. Igo woman rep bunoko genda etote ketego seberama ya bunogo totiga enata kota tebi kero kende na no prepare tonde go senonde na ra ukagerete ega karogoro ta karabinto bidia gebuato ne no kumurekare oyo minto ne jikurako na koboria ototebi na ngai toko genda gochia otherwise na kie kio bako na bo to bwate lakini hii tuko liako genda na na tatoko ko beke bikoro tun kido ko re bikoro to sora mo ko wara agenda buya tali boy go ona jin ko buya na yi mo ta bugati.
Ogoro, thank you very much. Summaries. Now, because I know we have time, some of us are going to work tonight, and I want to respect your time. So I'm going to call upon one youth. I don't know if he's a youth. He looks like my age. I don't count myself as a youth. By the way, thank you for doing the same. You could have come here and, as a leader, if we have people who follow instructions like our leaders, it will be very easy to lead people. So, Tom. Yeah. We it's all right. I'm taking this. So we have 5 minutes before we do that. Everybody should be getting ready. So Tom, you have 5 minutes. You look like a youth, if that's true. Thank you very much. You can confirm.
Thank you very much. A youth, I might look old, but a youth at earth. So if I'm a youth, don't complain. And they have seen that I'm a youth, even though I'm older than you. Thank you very much, NASA, CORD, for being here. It is such a nice opportunity, we, as in the diaspora, to identify ourselves with our homeland. Most of the time, there are those people who don't even feel that they should associate themselves with such groupings. Well, theirs, they are making money, and they are sending back home. But if you are investing whereby you don't know who is going to be in charge of that money, you are working for somebody. If you have your interests where you are sending your money, then you must be in the political system. And if you have to be in the political system, then you must be active. Where are you going to be active? If it is Chupiri, we have seen what they have done. Now somebody said here, they have forgotten about NYS. They have forgotten about Anglo-Leasing. Now we have the standard gauge railway, whereby every Kenyan who is alive right now, even if it is a 1 year old or 1 day old, they owe the Chinese 90,000 shillings. We might be able to pay because we are here. But tell me of a Kenyan who is in the village who owes the Chinese 90,000. How do we get this so that we can salvage our country back? You know, there are times when we grew up, we were being told that the laws, we cannot give them respect or we cannot give them leadership. But all along, Raila Agwambo has been very consistent, and he has proved. Now the old guys back home, the youths have been telling them, yes, we don't know why you have been fighting with the Luos, but when we look at this, good schools, we take our kids to Luoland. When you hear that your child has gone to Maseno or St. Mary's, you say, he's on his way to where? To the university. So if these people are capable of educating your kids to go to university, what makes them not to be president of the Republic of Kenya? You know, and all along, what we have seen is wherever something goes wrong back home, when Raila says something, they say no. Give it a week or two, then they start dancing his tune that, yes, something has happened. They defended Waiguru so much. And when it was proved that Waiguru stole, they started saying, let Waiguru fight her own wars. Where were you? I remember Ruto saying, The Hague is the only way that we can go. Raila said, no, we want to be here at home. We tried these people who have done all this. Hague is not good. Ruto said, first thing is Hague, second is Hague, the third is The Hague. Well, Raila said, you have wanted it. Go there. Now, when they went there, they started saying Raila was taking them there. They say one thing now, then they turn around and say something different. The only person we have seen who is doing things consistently in our country, if we can give him a chance, is Raila Amolo Odinga. And if we can work, we tell our people. Of course, Ogoro said that all of us here, we know about calling home. But the very people who knows, they forget. As human beings, let us be calling again and tell those ones whom we have called. You know, when you are here and then you call, your sister or brother, when he tells somebody, or she tells somebody, they know, you know, so and so has somebody in the U.S. Therefore, go ahead and tell more to do what? To support NASA. Therefore, what we should do is let us keep on persistently and fighting it out. Remember, Raila has won twice, but it has been stolen twice. Not the third round. Imagine 2007, it was pro-daylight. The Americans said it was a coup d'etat in the African way. 2013, it was a slim way, but then he won. This time round, they are doing here and there. Now, all said and done, there's some concern that I had. Our governor in Kisii, who was just spoken, Ongwae, he has done something so nice. But there's word that's going around that Maangi, who left the way he did, he has come back again. And recently at Nyavurumbas, they had a meeting whereby he said, vote for Ongwae as a governor, but up there, vote for Uhuru. I don't know. It's confusing. It's confusing the governor. And if the old people there hear that, they are going to vote for Jubilee. Therefore, even our governor, you know, those people will have, hata wewe ukipenda mtoto wako, you discipline the kid. So, if we have to criticize our governor, not that we don't like him, let us tell him the truth that if he's going to associate with the people who have already identified themselves with Jubilee, then we are going to lose. Let them have a stand. If Maangi has left and he has gone, let us have somebody who supports NASA or CORD or ODM. But if Maangi goes, says, I'm running for Jubilee, then he comes back, he says, vote for Ongwae, but up there, vote for Uhuru. The old guys there, we are telling to vote for Raila, they will say, you know, the one who is working with Ongwae is telling us to vote for Uhuru. Now, this confusion will end up taking votes. Therefore, let us be consistent with our message. And let us tell our leaders to be consistent with what they are talking about and what they are doing. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, young man. That's a very good observation. And we are going to take a picture. I think. Ongeza tena. So I think we're supposed to be coming for a picture. There is a lady there that I will recognize. As we come, let her come. No, because some people are going out to go and mambo ya Maangi tumechoka nayo. We don't know whether aro kongo nyamenuevere usenende nanabwata taliko igota. We don't want to discuss about. Kwa hivyo wale wananasa tuko ndani, muko ndani. Kujeni ndani. Wananasa tuje mbele. Wananasa tukuje. That's our official song. Hiyo ndio wimbo ya NASA. Kuja ndani usiwachwe nje.
Mame.
Naso. Tuko ndani. Tuko pamoja. Ndani kabisa. Tuko pamoja. Muko wapi? Muko wapi?
NASA. NASA. NASA wapi? NASA huru. NASA huru. NASA Ruto. NASA Ruto. NASA. NASA. NASA Mangi. NASA Mangi pia.
Asante, asante. Muko wapi? Wakenya muko wapi? Tusunguke tafadhali, tusunguke.
Hiyo ndio wimbo ya NASA.
Rusie. Sote tuko ndani kabisa. Ruto tutamnasa ama namna gani? Muko maridadi kabisa wana NASA. Ya badi? Basi wana NASA. Tuko tayari na tuko ndani. Basi. Basi. Wana NASA tutulie kidogo. Bado tunaendelea. Wana NASA bado tunaendelea. Baada ya kuburudika kidogo, wana NASA tutulie. Wana NASA tutulie kidogo, kwa sababu kuna jambo moja. Wana NASA, tafadhali, hatujamaliza mkutano. Naona tunaendelea vizuri. T-shirt tumechukua, sijui kama imebaki hata moja. Ikiwa zimekwisha, unaweza weka oda yako ndani na tutakuletea t-shirt mara moja. Na vile nimewaambia mbeleni kwamba mtoto ni mchanga, we need your support morally and financially. Kwa hivyo ukienda pale kwa ODM, if you are a member, you can register. You have a website, we have a Cash App account, we have a bank account. Please, we need your support. So I was going to call that one lady that we wanted to talk before she leaves. She's taking a picture there, but kwa sababu ya kuheshimu time ya wengine, ule mama atakuja aongee. Alafu naona mheshimiwa yuko pale Mogire, sitaki kumwacha nje. Na yeye apate dakika 2-3 akuje aongee. Kwa hivyo mama, ukuje uongee kidogo, kwa sababu NASA wanapenda wamama. Lakini tunahitaji wamama wengi. Mkiona wamama huko nje, jaribu tuwanasa wakuje hapa ndani, ndio nyumba itakuwa sawasawa. Mnajua nyumba bila mama, hiyo sio nyumba. Kwa hivyo, asante. Naona mama anasema sauti ndio kidogo, asikii vizuri, lakini naona ako ndani kabisa, ako ndani kabisa. Tunashukuru mama kwa safari ulifanya kuja, na tuko pamoja, na ukisikia vizuri siku ingine kuja utaongea, nitakuongeza dakika 5. Asante sana. Kwa hivyo Henry kuja uongee. Mheshimiwa, unajua Henry tunatoka pamoja, tulienda tukafanya kampeni pamoja. Nilikuwa namwambia atoe koti, ndio wakimuona nyumbani wajue yeye ni mwana NASA. Si ako ndani kabisa. Mambo ya Jubilee kama alikuwa anafikiria amewacha. Sasa yeye ni mwana NASA na hata NASA wengine. Karibu.
Asante bwana MC. Wananasa hoye. Wananasa hoye. Wananasa tibim. Raila wapi? Hapana ndani. Raila wapi? State House. Straight, right? Raila wapi? Wananasa hoye. Wananasa hoye. We need change. Haya. Nataka kuchukua nafasi hii kuwashukuru hawa. These gentlemen, they have really done a good job. I don't want you to msikuve moyo eti hakuna watu. Hawa ni watu. They have really tried, they have braved the heat. It is not easy. It is not easy to bring the entire community together. So far you have done a good job. Even though you are interim, but you have done a good job. And I want to encourage you to continue. Now, tuko na kibarua kigumu mbele. The only reason I'm saying this is that we know and we have seen, tunajua what has been happening. The only way we can have Raila in State House is by us getting involved. It is a tragedy that even this year we people in diaspora, we are not going to vote unless you go home. That is not something that we should be proud of. Our jamaa wamekuja hapa time and again. They have promised us we are going to work, we are going to do APC, make sure that you guys in diaspora are able to vote. And this I call it is actually a deliberate attempt as a way of leading some people into office. And it worked. And probably it might be tried this time. But we have to be awake to the fact that such maneuvers, such games are being played. But we cannot continue. We cannot sit down and keep watching things happen like this. You and I are privileged, are lucky that we have come, we have the exposure that we do have. But we can apply the same exposure to make sure that good governance is applied to where we do come from. Whether it's up to you to clap or you don't, but if that makes sense, then clap for me. If it makes sense. Nipigie makofi jameni. Sio lazima niwaombe makofi. Now, for us to have Raila go, or rather get to State House, you and I have to be involved. I have been calculating a lot lately to see what needs to be done. But let me tell you, if there is anything, even if you don't vote, but you as a person of means, because you and I are people of means now, if you can adapt a polling station, let me tell you, we can campaign all we can. We can do all we can do. But if we cannot mobilize the people, those who are able to vote, to get to the polling station, vote, and then make sure that the vote counts. Because that is where rigging starts. And that is where rigging is done. I have been a victim of that. My brother Nyabuto knows that. My brother here knows. They know. Now, rigging is done at the polling station. Was where I come from. I didn't lose because I was an unpopular candidate. In fact, I had the support. I could have been the member of parliament for us. Now let me tell you why, the reason why things happened. In our 136 polling stations in Bobas, I had, in every polling station, I had 2 agents. I don't know, my brother, if you filled all of them, but I did. And you pay them. But let me tell you, the games that are done over there, the maneuvers that are done over there, it is mind-boggling. You can't even start to sit down and imagine. In majority of the polling stations, I got even 0 votes in some of the polling stations. Why? And I had 2 agents there. So at least I could have had 2 votes if I could not have many. What happened? Why? Think about that. Corruption is unimaginable in our country, where unfortunately, it's unimaginable. Now the guys who are in power, the guys who rigged their way to be in power, we don't have to shy about this. It's the truth. They rigged their way in. We know Raila won, but he was denied the victory. And I want to encourage you one another. I'm another diehard. But I want to encourage us tonight. as we have started this journey, let us make sure that we guard the votes at the tallying stations, at the polling centers. Make sure that those votes count. Even if we, for us from here, one another, what we can do is empower those guys at home, make sure that we have enough people to guard the polling stations at the material day, because that is when things are done. Exactly. That is an example. Now check where I come from. In fact, I won that polling station. But my votes were bought. My people were voted. You know, the rigging that is done, you know these things out there. I mean, some of you know, and majority of you don't know because you have not been there. But now, let me encourage us. Let us try, make sure that we help Raila, we help NASA guard the polling stations. If polling stations can be guarded well, and the votes are cast, the people can turn out and vote, and then the votes are guarded well, and then they are transmitted well, we know that they are gone, then we will know that Raila will be in the State House, come rain or sunshine. And that is the only one formula that we can apply. Okay. And 1 minute. Now let us keep fighting. This journey has started. Let us not see this as a small journey. It's a big journey. We have embarked, and let us get into it and stay steady. Make sure that there is good governance in our country. Now, the only reason that I support Raila to date is that I believe in the man. He's a Kenyan. And I know, even if we go in term for just only one term, which I believe that is what he's seeking, if we give him that one term, he will set things straight, and then from there, the people follow, those of us who come from behind will follow. We'll find that there are institutions, that there was a base that was set that we can build on. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nilisema sasa wacha aonekane awaambie kule nilikuwa nimefanya nini? Nimetoka niko ndani ya NASA. So thank you very much, Mr. Henry. I believe one of the functions or one of the things that we'll be doing, if we had enough time, could have created a forum like this for people from a certain area, a certain constituency. If you are going back home to run, come and share with us so that we could be able to, which where you belong. So, but I think it's a good start, and we'll be going forward doing this. I think we're about to come to the end of the meeting, but there's one gentleman who was here before even I came, and I didn't know who he was, but I believe somebody who's here at 3:40 or 3:15 when the meeting was supposed to be to start at 4 o'clock is a good member that we need to recognize. So I don't know if you have a question or you want to say something. Yes, you. But believe me, we are about to finish because of time. Next time, I think we are going to do better because now we have seen the logistics. Thank you.
I'll take just like only 2 minutes. I've been in this meeting briefly as always opposition all along. I've only 3 things to tell you. Some of us, we are not that young, but we are young, and we are eyeing things somewhere in the coming years. So whatever that we want to do now is to ensure that people who are ahead of us, they put systems that are straight, that are honest, and are clean. Me and you, what we can do is to be practical. Practical is, let's not just talk, let us act. Acting is where you are supposed to finance. Where you are supposed to use your mouth, use your mouth. Where you are supposed to use your legs to ensure that things work. The problem we have as Kenyans, we will talk a lot, but we don't act. So let's go outside there, inform people, and let them know the truth. There's one point I've taken here, that as much as we can't make, we need to make a change. I've been surprised that I don't have kids, I'm not married, I will someday. But I'm surprised that the kids who are there, and maybe will be coming from my side, they owe the government, like the Chinese, like 90,000. I'm surprised, no. So as we go outside there, let's be royal. And to those people of this group who are very close to the top leaders, there are a few things which are failing us as opposition. Number one, we are not royal among ourselves. That's why mnaona wengine wanataka kutoka nje tena. When you are royal to a group of people, be royal and be honest. Another thing, the last thing I finish, strategies. Politics is about strategies. Trust me, some of you are seated here, you can get out of this place, go back home there, and you win. It's about smart strategies. So don't be surprised if we fail to have right strategies.
Thank you very much. You know, this is what we want. Young people, tumpigie makofi tena. I think you see this group and some other groups. GPS, I can see you are gonna get your minute. And also Kebuato, I know you've been here. I don't know if you want to also say something, because as much as you are a media person, you're also a member of the Secretariat and a very passionate member of the Kenyan politics. So we know with you we can go far. So I'm gonna call GPS and for 1 minute, because our time is running out. So if it's 1 minute, I know it will be 1 minute.
I'm sorry, there is somebody who is calling right away from Kenya. They're trying to link up so we can get the message. Yeah, then I'll talk later. Yeah.
I think they're trying to get Job on the line. Yeah, it's on. So, let us put him on the phone.
Let's put him on the phone. Let's put him here. Let's put him here. It's easy. Let him go on ahead.
Hello? Hello?
your support has been immense. For what you have been. I may not thank you.
It's on.
But heaven is the back of this. I want you to remember that nobody remembers the man of the moon. We all know the past. We are winning it because
I think technology is an issue a little bit. Can let him. So I think GPS, because I think by now you could have finished your speech, but you can hold on for a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just gonna say one or two words. Thanks for coming tonight, and what you have shown today, and the passion you have is where we can say we believe that change is coming. And I only wanted to say one thing, and I've heard all these people have spoken here. They have echoed the message that we adopt a polling station. And my youth friend, did he go or is he still here? The one who just spoke before I left. Yeah, so the message I was trying to say is this. Why don't we say, I know we have a NASA Diaspora. Why don't we say, adopt a polling station and start championing, and we find a way of start campaigning and chipping even $5, whether it will be here, whether it will be in Britain, whether it will be in South Africa, and start campaigning for the purpose for the elections. It's only 4 months from now to elections, I believe. That's all I wanted to say.
1 second.
I'm calling from Kenya. I want to thank you sincerely for what you have done today. This is big. It could have been my wish to be there today, but because I have to be mature, I'm not with you. I've been able to follow what you guys have been doing, that is of technology, and I want to tell you that I'm so proud. I talked to the ODM leadership back here in Kenya yesterday about the function you are having, and they all told me that you have their blessings. I want to tell you that NASA is forming the next government here in Kenya. And I can promise you that in the Mobilization Constitution, the Diaspora is going to have the member of parliament who you really supported so much. But this is what I have to say today. You have had a very big and successful function today, but that's not what I call success. Success is going to be your ability to maintain the momentum that you have started with today. This is what I have to say today. If we cannot run, let us walk. And if things become unbearable, let us roll, as long as we keep moving. Thank you so much for your unparalleled support. I'm so proud of you, and may God bless you. Mimi niko nasa ndani kabisa.
So I think shortly we will be finishing. We said this is an open platform, and everybody is allowed, whether it was a Jubilee member or a NASA member, because our issue here was trying to NASA you, to bring you in. So feel free, wherever you are, tunajaribu kukunaza. So you are free to come and speak to us. We can listen to you. Let me call my friend there. He looks like he has something. I think it's the... Oh, yeah, you. And Sam, you came in and sat quietly there. Sam Matasi is a member of the Secretariat. Please, Sam, when we were introducing everybody else, you are not here. It's good if you can stand up and wave so people know that you are among the staunch supporters of our cause. Thank you.
Okay. NASA. Okay. 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 Sasa mimi I'm not afraid to kusema niko ndani sana kwa sababu ile jamaa alianza hiyo kitu ako ndani sana kama mjui. Ni ile alichanganywa na Gideon Moi but kwa roho yake ako ndani kabisa. Na hii maneno ya Rift Valley ukiangalia vizuri sana watu marafiki zetu kutoka hiyo side nyingine ya mlima, kila mtu unapata anasema hawezi pigia mtu yoyote, na hiyo kila mtu anajua. So hivyo ukiangalia katika Nairobi gubernatorial utaona Peter Kenneth yako hapo. Sonka amejaribu kupigana hapa but sababu yeye hajatoka kwa hiyo pande, unaona ni kama wanataka kutupa yeye nje. Na hiyo itakuwa advantage kwetu sisi wananasa kwa sababu ikienda hivyo watu wa Rift Valley wanafaa waambiwe kwamba huyo Ruto hakuna kitu atakuja kupata hiyo unexpected 2022. So na wape example moja ya juu ya watu ukiangalia ilikuwa 2013 Musalia Mudavadi alirani kwa hiyo Amani Congress, na running mate wake alikuwa Jeremiah Kioni. So Jeremiah Kioni alikuwa anatoka Central Province, na hiyo kituo Jeremiah Kioni alipiga Mudavadi hakupata kura. So lakini kuna kura ziliharibika. Sasa sijui kama Kioni alipiga ikaharibika. So hiyo it's a very simple example that watu hata ukiwa namna gani, hata ukiwa rafiki ikiwa namna gani hawatakupigia. Lakini tunawapenda, tunafanya biashara nao, lakini sasa imefika wakati tufanye nini? Tupate side nyingine. Na Uhuru Kenyatta sana tuwezi mpinga kwa sababu yeye labda ni Mkikuyu ama ni nini. Ni kazi ameshindwa kazi, amechukua madeni, amekuja amepiga reli, amepiga ile reli ya kitambo, imepakwa rangi, amesema ameleta reli mpya. So hiyo maneno si maneno mzuri. So na wasi vile wengine wamesema tufanye as much as we can, tuone hao watu wanaenda nyumbani. Na kitu kimoja huko Kisii, unajua tukitaka kushinda hii kitu, unajua tunaangalia our weakness first. Maneno ile strength yetu tunaiacha. Lazima tuangalie our weakness. Kama governor wetu, unajua kuna weakness yako nao kidogo hivi yenye tunaweza labda mwambia arekebisha hapa na pale, lakini zile weakness yako nayo hatuwezi mreplace na ubure, sababu tukipata ubure katika ile county nadhani maneno haitakuwa mzuri sana. So Mangi hatuongee juu ya Mangi sababu maneno yake imeisha. I don't think so. Kama hiyo sasa ndio basi anafaa ambiwe Mangi hawezi kuja katika hiyo nini. Yeah. So nashukuru sana.
Piga yeye makofi kidogo. I think tumefanya mkutano mzuri. Na vile tulianza, the way I said from the very beginning, that today tumekuja hapa mkutano to launch our NASA coalition. I think we have learned a few things here and there, and as members we have a forum. We're going to continue learning from you. In fact, the best leader is the one who listens to his subjects and then implements what they want. Wajua watu kama Ruto wanasema wanapiga kona na wengine walikuwa mbele wakipiga kona peke yao, but this time tunataka tukae nyuma kidogo tupige kona na wao. Akifikiria anapiga kona na wengine na sisi tuko nyuma kama wananasa tunapiga kona na yeye. Our friend Nonok, naona watu wamemtukana, lakini akae hivyo hivyo, akae ndani na aendelee hivyo hivyo. Joe kutoka Mombasa akae hivyo hivyo. Wajue kwamba wananasa Minnesota wako na yeye, aendelee hivyo hivyo. Amason King aendelee hivyo hivyo. Ule mama alisema mama Msupu, mnamjua? Aisha kutoka na huyu mwingine naona alishinda kesi na tena wakasema wanamrudisha sijui kwa nini. Lakini mama kama hao tunahitaji wengine kama hao wengi ndio tuweze kunasa wanawake na wengine kwa jumla. Kwa hivyo at this time I recognize one of my leaders from Bobasi. Douglas, you can wave at the people. He's one of our young boys that we want to come up, and this is where we can nurture the young people in Minnesota. So I'm going to hand over this back to my co-MC because we are about to finish. I don't know if, Eric, you have a question, but I don't know. So, I mean, yeah, that's fine. You have a question, you want to say something, that's okay. You're in the secretariat. But I think everybody else, we will close it here now because people need to go back to work. We have to respect the time so that Eric can say something, and then Keboato, if we ask anything to say, I asked him, he didn't indicate that he wanted to say something. But if we ask, that's fine. He can have a minute or so because we can't pay for the services that he does to us as a community. So, Eric.
Thank you, Bwana MCA. Daktari. He's gonna put something for me. I don't know. Unajua ukiingia Bomet kama unaona mambo ni mabaya unafanya tu hivi. Unapita, wanakwaje unapita. Tuko pamoja bado. Mashinani. Thank you. Mheshimiwa, dakika moja. Anyway, let me take this opportunity. My name is Eric Moriasi. This movement, vile muniona hivi, I want you guys to listen clearly. This movement started from somewhere that a lot of people don't know. This movement started from few people that has brought you guys here today. A few people sacrificed their life for you guys to be here today. But I'm happy that it started for us to be here today because we have the same interest. So, as our chairman, I think our chairman put something down at the road that this movement started from my garage. And it did start from my garage. If you go back into history and read how a lot of movements started from a garage. This movement started from my garage. And now, this movement has brought a lot of people together for us to be one people. Who is the garage? Is this we're talking about? It's among the young people, the young juniors, the young ODMs, the young NASA, the young whatever you can call it, but we are here today. Please, all that I'm requesting you guys, we have had a very successful day today. Let them speak today. Let them speak tomorrow. If they think that we never had a successful meeting today, let them come up with something else tomorrow that we can support. As long as it's going to be something to deal with NASA, we are in right there. If you think that this is not successful today, bring something that is going to start from the church. We are in the church today. We are arranging this thing in the church. If you think that you're going to start something, it's going to be so successful tomorrow, bring it up and we support it. The purpose of this thing is about to support Kenya, and we have to put Kenya first, and we have to put the right leadership, and we have to put NASA as, we don't know who is going to be the president of NASA. That we have to agree. We don't know who is going to be the president of NASA. Whoever is going to be the NASA presidential flagger, we're going to support that person. Please, thank you for coming, and we are here, and we're going to support it. And whatever happens, we are always going to be together. Thank you guys very much.
Founder. He's a very important person. Okay. Before we wind up, I can say 2, 3 people here that I want to mention their names. One is Sam from Sudan. Sam, can you wave, and if you have a word, you can come and say hi if you have. But if you don't, it's okay too. Thank you. So Sam, you need to talk. Then we have Gilbert Ogato. Yeah. Thank you. Before I give a vote of thanks, my brother, what's your name? Douglas? Douglas Ndege. Also, we can see you. Again, Ben Maud, you are here. Thank you for what you've been doing there. I would like to recognize the presence of a very important person in this house who has been making things happen. Sometimes, people forget people who are very important. But this is his time. Even if people have gone, it's because they are going to work. I would like to give this mic to my communication director, KD RTV, Chief Bwana Kebwato. Then I will close with the closing remarks. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. I know we are very tired, and we are basically trying to run away so that we can go to work. Some of us who are going to work. My advice to our fellow Kenyans is that let's continue loving our country, let's continue being patriotic, and ensure that the leaders we choose are going to represent us. I am requesting for your help. I know you are still, right now most people have gone, but I'm going to put this request in front. In June, I'm going back to Kenya, and my work, and the work I'm going to do in Kenya is to collaborate with the Citizen TV so that we can interview or debate or engage our members of parliament our governors on what they are basically going to do and what they have done. And it will be a live broadcast. So I'll really need your support. And when that particular time reaches, I'll definitely be sending you some information so that you can bring in ideas so that we can work together to help our country. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for those ones who are watching online. We are with you, and we will ensure that everything works good for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Bwana Chief. That is the communication director of KDL TV, the president and the CEO, a very important person in the community. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this round this evening. I want to thank you all for coming to be part of this important occasion. And I want to assure you, we are going to do whatever it takes. This is not a joke. We want to do whatever it takes to make sure that the NASA that we have launched today will have an impact back home. Some of us, we didn't have time to speak. This is not our day. This is not our evening. But as a Secretary General of this organization, all around any party or secretariat, we are going to reach you, as you have been saying here. We have got all the clips. You have given us the power, the motivation to reach all the communities out here. I promise you tonight, we will do whatever it takes to make sure that our people are not taken for granted. You know, we cannot be doing things the same way, now and again, and then we expect different results. Something must change. The time is now, and we must go to work. If you listen very carefully, the speech of Professor Mumba, it touched every issue, every, whatever we are supposed to do. In fact, it was like he was addressing us here. That's why we are saying we can't be whining. We cannot be sitting home when men are meeting here, men and women are meeting here to bring change. Then you start saying ABCD. We want you on board. Thank you, and we know you are with us. It's only that you didn't have time to be here today because of your busy schedules. Thank you so much. May God bless you, and have a good evening. Thank you so much. Good night.
Now, we will always finish with a prayer. So, and I know all of us believe that we are alive because of God. And our God loves us. Whatever we have discussed tonight, we will ask for the blessings from God. I will bless that which He thinks is good for us, and whatever is not good, we will ask Him to forgive us. So, Kebuato, I will task you with a prayer. I know you do it well. So, friends, when we ask, we will be passing out messages through our forum next time. Please encourage your friends to come so that we'll have a bigger forum even. But I think we have started well. So.
We are praying. Dear, kind, and loving Father who is in heaven, we thank you and glorify you because you love us. Lord, we have a country called Kenya. And before even the politicians start talking about the elections of this year, Lord, make it possible for them to think about Kenya, think about the people who are suffering, and all the voters who are going to vote in August. Lord, before they step out of their house, let them vote consciously. Let them vote knowing that corruption definitely will kill the country forever and ever. Lord, bring us out of abyss. Make it possible, Lord, for us to get good leaders. Lord, we are endowed, some of us, to stay outside of Kenya, and we know how things are being done out here in a good way. Lord, we request you to make it possible for us also to get leaders who can not be selfish, but leaders who can help our country grow. The NASA team is promising and having a great team to uplift the living standard of Kenyans. Lord, make it possible for them to understand you, to work for you, so that if they can get the power we are seeking, Lord, it will be possible for them at least to bring a smile, not only to a few counties in Kenya, but to every county in Kenya, because we are all Kenyans. You gave us life. You allowed us to be born in Kenya, and there's no difference between people in Central, in Coast, in Nyanza. All of us, we've got 2 ears, we've got one stomach. Make it possible for us to love each other. Lord, all this we prayed, bless it. And whatever we have not requested, because you are a loving and kind master, make it possible for us to get all those blessings. All this we pray, trusting and believing, and let everyone say, Amen.
Asante sana, mbarikiwe mpaka wakati mwingine.
Tunaenda kwa Eric.
But he used the crowd. It's using 3G. I wish it was using 4G. Yeah. So you have to connect the one to be able to connect the